What is going on, YouTube people? Neo here for a little mail day, which includes a pretty big PC pickup. This should be a fairly quick video. I only have a couple cards to show, and then a little story time on one. I am in full national prep mode, which is the reason the desk looks a mess. Got some different cards on the back because I pulled a bunch of stuff off to pack up to take to the national. So I got the Bakers on display, which are most likely not going with me. So, but got a few packages in right before the national, just in the nick of time. And one actually checks a card off the list that I was going to be looking for while I was there. That's the PC pickup one. So we'll do that one last. So first up, I've talked about the Acuna dip quite a bit, and this is not like the biggest card in the world, but I did grab a PSA 9 Acuna refractor. I picked this up on the SCI Discord for a very reasonable deal. Someone was advertising it for 150, which was basically right at comps, a little under current comps. And I told him I would do 125. He thought about it for a day and got back to me and said, okay, if you still want to do 125, I'll do it. So I pulled the trigger. And I bought this probably about a week ago, give or take. And I have some Acuna stuff already. I have this in a PSA 10 and base tops chrome, and I have a PSA 10 first Bowman chrome. But I really wanted a refractor. The prices didn't dip as much as I thought they were going to. So instead of just waiting for a 10 to get to the price that I wanted it to, and I'm not sure that it's ever going to get there, I just went ahead and snagged the 9. I'm into it for 125 bucks. It's a low risk entry point, in my opinion. And I'm not tying up a ton of money. And I think even if I don't want to hold this all the way to baseball season, by the time we get to Christmas, this is probably a $200 card again or close to it. So if I want to sell it, use it as trade bait, whatever. I know people are going to be looking for Acuna stuff in the spring when the news stories start cycling back up again. So very low entry point on this. So I'm not tying up a ton of funds. I just thought it was a no-brainer pickup as a long-term play. And a nice looking card. I've wanted an Acuna refractor for a while. Then he got hurt, so that kind of changed my plans. Card number 2 is another one that I was really looking for a long time, and I finally ran into a price that was a pretty good deal on it, in my opinion. I talked about the Ohtani market being red hot and it kind of taking money away from a lot of the other players. So I was looking to make a play on one of the other guys that was not Ohtani. And I finally found the price that I wanted and pulled the trigger on a PSA 10 Topps Chrome Tatis Jr. refractor. I've been wanting one of these for a hot minute. I have a base Chrome of this, but I've been looking to upgrade it. And I didn't want to let it go because it was the only Tatis card that I have. And I do like Tatis. It's kind of more of a long-term play. You know, the shoulder stuff scares me a little bit, but it kind of is what it is. But his numbers are absolutely insane this year, especially when you factor in the number of games that he's played and what he's been doing in the limited number of games that he's played is just nuts. So pick this up. They were going for, at the time, once again, I purchased this about a week ago. It just came in. I purchased this at the time for 600 bucks, which I thought was an outstanding deal. They were comping at right around 700, 680, 690. And someone posted one on the SCI Discord asking for 650. And I messaged him and I said, would you do 6? And he's like, no, I can't go that low. He's like, you know, I'm looking at 650. And I said, well, I understand what they're comping at, but there's like, at the time, there was 2 sitting on my slabs for like 690 with best offer, I think, available. And I was like, well, these 2 are just sitting. So I was like, I'm in no hurry here. You know, it's a little bit of a savings over that, but whatever. And then same thing. About a day went by, and the guy actually messaged me back, and he's like, hey, if you'll still do 600 on that Tatis, I'll take it. He just said he was looking to move it, wanted the money for something else. And I said, sure, absolutely, I'll take it. And then since I got the card, a couple have sold at auction for around 750. So it's actually started to creep back up again. So For 600 bucks for this just felt like an absolute no-brainer. Um, I would like to keep it. I don't think this is going to the National with me. But I probably will take the base Chrome. I'm not into that for very much. It's come down quite a bit too. I might even hold that. I don't know. But I really wanted a Tatis Chrome, so we knocked that one off the list. The last one, an unplanned PC pickup. So I grabbed this one back at Christmas time. This is the '08 LeBron Chalk Toss paper. And I got into this right as LeBron stuff was starting to go crazy around the holidays. So his Topps Chrome started going up, uh, and his other stuff was slowly starting to go up. And I had found in Market Movers doing research that this card was lagging behind a little bit in regards to price jumps. A lot of his other stuff had jumped, and the Chalk Toss hadn't moved yet. So at the time, I picked up two of them for around $200. I really wanted a Chrome, but it was way too expensive even at the time. I did not have the funds that I do now to make moves on cards. So those shot up to $600-700 during the peak LeBron craze in February. Since I had two copies, I sold one. So I sold one off for, I think I ended up getting $550 for it. I kind of sold it on the way back down again. I missed the peak. So essentially, this one is free. I free rolled this one because I bought both for a little over 400 combined, and I sold the one for 550. I think it might have been 525 after eBay fees. I don't remember. Regardless, I'm into this card for nothing and then some back. LeBron market cooled, and then I picked up the Chrome PSA 8 2003, which is in the case. But I always really wanted a PSA 10 Chalk Toss. So I started paying attention as LeBron prices came down. And I've been really looking for a 10. And it was one of the cards on my list for the National. There was very few specific cards I had on my list for the National, but LeBron PSA 10 Chalk Toss was one of them. And I was going to hope to try to get into a Chrome. I almost traded for one about a month ago at a local card show. And then I almost made a play on another one at one of Card Collector 2's trade nights, but we just couldn't reach an agreement. And then one popped up on eBay, and they had it very well priced. It was actually slightly under comps, and I threw an offer in. They countered very quickly, and I accepted. So what I picked up is the PSA 10 Topps Chrome 08 Chalk Toss. So absolutely thrilled to have this card. These are pretty low pop. They seem to come for sale often, but the pop on these are only about 250, 260, maybe 280. It's under 300. And they've been going for right around $1,200. That's what the eBay comp is on it, right at $1,200. And someone posted one for $1,100 free shipping on eBay just the other day, like on Friday. I threw an offer in at $950, I think, $950, and he countered back at 1,000, or she, and I just immediately snap accepted. It was a card that I was looking for. I wanted to get it at the National. I was hoping to get it for around $1,000 at the National, but the card became available. I wasn't for sure going to be able to find it at the National. I'm sure it'll be there, but maybe I wouldn't be able to get it at my price. LeBron will probably be hot there. And I pulled the trigger and bought it. I wasn't just going to wait for the National to pull the trigger on a card when it was a card that I don't want to say desperately been looking for, but it was one of the top cards on the list that I've been looking for. The two cards that I've been looking for the most recently are the Baker Optic Hollow PSA 10, which I just got, and the Topps Chrome LeBron in a PSA 10. So I got into that for $1,000, about $200 under current eBay comps. All the previous sales have been right at $1,200. Every time one comes up for sale, it almost always sells for $1,200. So I feel pretty confident that I got in towards the bottom of that card. Maybe it goes down a little bit. I don't necessarily really care because I just wanted the card. So that one probably will not be leaving my possession anytime soon. Maybe if I can upgrade to like a PSA 9 refractor or something, but those are still pretty pricey. So for now, this shall tide me over. I am very, very happy with this pickup, and especially at the price that I got it for. And now this frees me up to take the 9. These go for about 200 bucks, I think, maybe a little under 200 all day. I could move this card extremely easily locally. There'd be no problem. Any show I would walk into with this, every dealer would probably want this because, especially a PSA 9 for around that price point, that is an extremely easy card to sell here locally. Everyone is always looking for a LeBron chalk toss. So, yeah, those are the pickups. Once again, picked up the one right before the National, one of the ones on my list. But what are you going to do? You find the card at a good price. Don't just wait for the card show to come along. Just pull the trigger on it. I can already tell I probably missed the window on buying a couple other things that I was specifically looking for at the National at comps. Some other cards that were on my short list have recently risen in price just in the last 24 to 48 hours. So I probably missed my window buying in at the floor on those because part of me was holding back for the National. But I didn't wait on this one. I saw it, grabbed it. I've had so many of these on a watch list over the last 3 months or so since LeBron started dipping, just waiting to pounce, and finally did. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys and girls. Like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff down below. And then video wise, I don't know exactly when this is going to post. Probably Wednesday morning before the National, maybe Thursday morning. I don't know. But a slew of National content hopefully coming soon. So make sure you guys are subscribed. A little notification bell, I guess. I think that's something I'm supposed to talk about. Click the notification bell. I don't know. YouTube stuff. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys and girls today. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.